I welcome our esteemed resource persons, Dr. Rahul Johri ji, Rotarian Sunita Khanna ma'am, Lieutenant Colonel Pradeep Bhatia ji, and Mr. Shailesh Gupta ji. I take this opportunity to introduce our esteemed resource person, Dr. Rahul Johri ji.
Thank you, Dr. Rajesh ji. At the outset, I would like to thank you first for organizing a webinar on such an important topic for the students as well as for the faculty members. So this is what for we have all gathered here, learning about the emotional intelligence and sharing our own feedbacks as well as discussions with each other. So first of all, I Googled it from where it originated, because that's a curiosity that actually comes into my mind. So it dates back to way back in 1964. So the communication of the emotional meaning, and that was a research paper published by the members of Department of Psychology from the College of Columbia University, and it was led by the professor Michael Baldock. So they were the first person who actually coined the word of the emotional intelligence, but it gained popularity primarily by the work of the Daniel Goleman, because he wrote the book primarily by the same name as the emotional intelligence as such. So common question, but what I have observed by my BTech grads is, why does emotional intelligence matter? Because when you talk to them in the third year or the fourth year, they don't realize the value of it. They say just a waste of time. Why to go through the sessions, or why to go through the seminars and topic that talks more of the EQ and less of the IQ as such. So there is a Goleman mixed model approach, which gives us 5 factors. We talk of self-awareness, empathy, motivation, self-regulation, and the social skills as such. Now, if we look at the students today, of all these 5 factors, they are good in self-awareness. Rather, they are much more smarter and sharper than what we were at their times as such. Because social medias are there, they are exposed to technologies, so awareness is very, very high as such. Then if you look at the motivation, motivation is also good. They are highly motivated. They know what they would like to become in their life, what career path they would like to choose, and how to move ahead on that career path. So they are motivated. That is what my experience is. Social skills, yes, they possess very good social skills. Almost every one of them is very active on the social media platforms. They've got innumerable number of virtual friends. They are active on Twitter, they are active on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, you name the social platform, they are active on those platforms. And they're highly connected to each other as such. So they are good, they possess very excellent social skills as such. Now the 2 factors which I have circled here as red color, what they're lacking is empathy and self-regulation. Now self-regulation comes over a period of time. It is something which is not imbibed us toward by birth. It requires a lot of discipline, a lot of meditation maybe, to control your feelings, to control your emotions, because discipline does not come by default. It has to be trained, and that's why most of the schools which were there in our time were highly disciplined than what we see in today's time, because both of my kids are almost outgrown from the schools, and I've seen their schooling. So our schools at that time were much more highly disciplined as compared to the schools today. So discipline is something which will definitely lead to the self-regulation. And I think even if schools don't teach, the families come first. The parents, they are the backbone of the families. So self-regulation has to come, self-discipline has to come first from the parent side, then yes, school teachers, and then yes, we as the university teachers. So all of us have a very important role to play in the grooming of a student as such, so that he becomes a person or an engineer with a very good high IQ as well as with the EQ skills. Another thing which I have found is lacking is something called the empathy. They don't easily understand the problem of the others, what the other person is actually going through. Because when we see in our university, we have a class of 60 students, or maybe at times after the OBC quota has come, the class strength has gone to 70 as such. So as a teacher, it's very difficult to find out who is lacking EQ skills and who is finding a problem in his personal life. Because unlike this, because if you see the school teachers are groomed. This is what my experience is, and they can quick enough spot out the students who lack the EQ skills or who have got emotional problems as such. But in university teaching, we are more focused on tools and technologies and programmings and databases, and now what all we have come, the IoTs and the blockchain technology. We are highly focused on imparting the knowledge of these technologies to students, and we don't get enough time to actually go into the problems, what problems are they might be facing in hostel life, or the problem they might be facing in the departments. So neither we are able to get the enough time, neither the students are coming forward, because now they're grown up. So they are into themselves as such. But in school times, yes, they're able to much more share the problems with their parents as well as with the teachers. So I think the empathy factor is lacking, because at times, most of the time it happens that one of the student is having a problem and the other students of the class are not even aware about it, leave alone the teachers as such, though they are intermingling on the daily basis. Because nobody goes into personal life, that what are the problems they are facing, which I think should be one of the key factors if you would really like to improve the emotional intelligence.